Okay, let's get into the next segment of the lesson on culture in context. And I'm here with Michael Davis. So, welcome, Michael.
Thank you.
All right, let's get right into this. And one of the challenges, Michael, for many students is knowing what to say in the right situation. For
Mhm.
example, introductions. And one of the challenges, no matter what language you're studying, you open your book to page one, and the first question is what? Like,
There's hello, what is your name? Where are you from? Just
right.
questions of that sort. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're easy questions and so forth. But the real question is, are these natural? And we would realize in many situations that what you say is based on context. It's always
Mhm.
going to be that situation. And I'm going to give you three situations. Situation number one is at an airport. You're sitting at an airport waiting for your plane to depart. Situation number two, you're at the gym, maybe running or lifting weights.
Okay.
And situation number three, you're at a party. Keep in mind those three situations as we start to talk.
Okay.
And we all remember, we all realize that context really decides on what you say. So I'm going to give you a question and you tell me if this would sound natural, how you would respond if I'm the person asking the question. Okay.
Sounds good.
So again, here's the situation at an airport. You're sitting in an airport. I'm sitting across from you. And I say to you, first thing, what's your name?
I think I would feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Okay.
Um, yeah, we're at an
Well, that's in my
airport.
book.
What?
That's in my book. Page number one.
Oh, it's a great question. However, if I'm at the airport, I might be in a hurry, waiting for a flight, any number of situations. And it's not a place that I go to socialize.
What about in a class? It's your first day of class. You're in a psychology class or
Mhm.
whatever, and someone looks over. So, what's your name?
I would be perfectly comfortable with that.
Okay, so in that situation, okay,
Yeah.
going back to the airport. So, what do you do?
Now,
First question.
does this follow the name question, or is this the first question?
Let's just say it's the first question. So, what do you do?
I would still feel just uncomfortable. It's very personal for a first introduction in that setting.
Okay, all right. How about this one? First question. How old are you? You're at a gym, and someone turns to you and says, "How old are you?"
Uh, yeah, I would feel once again a little uncomfortable.
Would you say your age, or what would you? How would you respond to that?
I don't know. I think that it would catch me off guard. I would probably respond honestly with my age, but I wouldn't want to continue that conversation if that's how it started.
Okay. Another question, going back to the airport, you're sitting at the
Mhm.
airport, someone's sitting in front of you and says, "So, where are you going? Like, where are you going on your trip?"
I would feel more comfortable talking about that personally. Obviously, I'm going somewhere, and for me, I'm usually excited about where I'm going. And so in that context, it feels like a more natural way to start a conversation.
All right, great. Where do you live? You're at a gym and someone says, "So, where do you live?"
Yeah, I would not answer that question. I don't know this person. I don't know why they're asking it. Where I live is very personal to me.
All right, let's try the next question. And the next question is, are you married or single?
Yeah, that's a weird way to start a conversation with somebody you don't know. I don't know if the person's hitting on me. It's just it's very personal, and uh, I might feel very uncomfortable if that's how the
Okay.
conversation starts.
Okay, so not that question. How about this one? Could I have your phone number?
I feel like that's the same thing, but worse. Kind of. Once again, I don't want to give out my personal information to somebody I don't know. I wouldn't really feel comfortable with that. I don't know why they want my phone number.
Okay. In a minute, I'm going to ask you about maybe more natural ways of starting a conversation. Keep that in
Sounds good
mind.
to me.
But I want to talk about a couple more questions. Again, you're at the gym and someone says,
Mhm.
"So, what are your political views on the current government?"
Oh man. Yeah, that's difficult. That's a topic that I would feel a little uncomfortable talking to most people about, but especially
Yeah.
somebody I've never met.
Yeah, that makes sense. How about this one? When did you graduate from college? So you're at
Mhm.
the gym, you start talking about, what do you do? And someone asks you, so when did you graduate from college?
Yeah, if we're already having a conversation about what I do and this is already part of the conversation, I would feel okay about that.
Okay, so
Um,
context once again.
yeah,
Okay. We mentioned a minute ago about what do you do, and
yeah,
maybe that
yeah,
would come into the conversation, maybe not
yeah.
the first question, but a little bit later on. But what about this one? So, how much
Mm,
money do you make at your
mm.
job?
That's not a question that most people like answering, to be honest.
Okay, so
Um,
let me change the question
okay.
and say, so how's your salary? Any better?
Not much, not much.
Okay, so we need to put money off the table.
I think so.
All right. How about this one? What do you like about your job?
Yeah, I think that's great. I feel like it's a good way to start a conversation and get talking about what you do if you're already on that topic.
So it's connecting. If we find
Yeah,
connection,
yeah.
all right. I don't think we would probably do this one. Could I have your phone number? And do you believe in love at first sight? So we're not going to do that. Great. So let's talk in the last little bit of this video. How about a couple of ways or questions or things that you could say? You're sitting at the airport,
Mhm.
someone is sitting across from you, or at the gym, you're exercising, you meet someone.
Yeah.
I know that you and I have gone to the climbing gym and
Mhm.
sometimes have conversations. What would be a natural way to introduce yourself or to start a conversation? Maybe one or two ideas.
Yeah, obviously, I would start off with hello.
Okay.
I might ask them how long they've been climbing for.
Okay.
We're
That
both
makes
there at the
sense.
climbing gym. That's something we have in common. I think that'd be a good way to start a conversation and find a connection between us.
Okay. So you mentioned how long have you been climbing?
Mhm.
I think that are really natural. So,
Mhm.
in our video today, we were talking about different things. We said context, context, context
Mhm.
is going to be very important. And even though in your book it has the question, what is your name? That's
Mhm.
often not the first, seventh, 25th question, because there are times, I think, Michael, you and I would agree that you have long conversations with people and you never ask their name.
Mhm.
So again, I hope in this short video, you've learned some different tips and way to introduce yourself, some questions and ideas that will make you could say that will make your conversations smoother and more enjoyable.